This position right here, this is why you're leaving 30 plus yards on the tee. And until we change it, your drives will never reach their potential. We all know that golfer, the one who makes driving look effortless, while you step on the tee and swing only to get those same frustrating results. Poor distance, no power, and a slice peeling off to the right. But here's the thing, you can be that effortless golfer. This 3-dial system that we're going to cover today is going to turn off your slice and turn on your draw. And unlike those one-size-fits-all fixes, you have full control of your dials. This system works for everyone because you set your own combinations that work best for you. We're not adding anything new, we're just dialing away old habits that are hurting you and replacing them with ones that are going to add more distance, more power, and straighter drives. And that 30 plus yards is now down the fairway waiting for you and not sitting looking up at you as you pull your tee out of the ground. So let's first dial away this flawed position that's been locking you into your slice at setup. This is what I see with pretty much every golfer who slices. So here with my arms out in front, I have my left palm pointing up and my right palm placed on top. And if we take this down to the address position, the right elbow is now away from the body. And this gives us this line across the forearms in this weak open position. Now, why is this hurting you so much? If you were to go ahead and take a swing from this setup position, you've already maxed out. There's no room left to rotate to square the club face. So let's flip the dial and flip the hands. So it's now right palm up and left palm down. Now we can see the difference. It's a lot lower with the right elbow to the body. The forearms are aligned to the right. More importantly, look at the rotation, which is now available in the arms. Before there was virtually none, and now there is plenty. And you've just unlocked your ability to square the club face. Okay, so let's hit some shots. And we know this is a sort of typical slicer's setup. So I'll play one this way and show you what we see. So this right arm gets high, this left arm gets low. And by doing that, we take a swing and that club face comes through open and we see the shot go off to the right. But this is where we can turn the dial. This is where we can make the adjustment. So now rather than being here, we're going to adjust it to here. I'm going to change nothing else apart from that arm position. And it's also going to start to move the grip a little bit. And now I'm going to take my same swing. And automatically, I've now squared the club face up. There was no more thought, no more different movements, just a case of turning that dial from open club face to square. And in that case, maybe slightly closed, but it's finding that point that works for you. And that's the beauty of this system. You have full control of how much you adjust your dial. For me, I might need to turn it more, for you a little less. But you can adjust and you will find your dial position. And once you do, you'll not only be squaring the club face, you'll instantly feel such a massive difference in how the ball comes off the club face. It'll feel way more solid and not that glancing blow that you had before with that open club face. And just with this change, this lost yardage is going to start to come back. And this is all down to your new ability for that added rotation. This single adjustment is huge and it sets the foundation for everything later in the swing. So now that we have your club face locked in, let's move to dial 2 to fix your path. Now your old setup position led you to swing from out to in. So you're coming here from the outside and cutting across with that open club face. So for dial 2, I want you to imagine that the top of the dial is your sternum and the bottom of the dial is your belt buckle. Now, if you keep your belt buckle still and your sternum moves ahead, it turns your shoulders open early, creating that steeper out to in swing path that cuts across the ball. If the sternum stays to the right, behind the belt buckle, this is more of this in to out swing path and this more shallower approach. Now, again, with golfers, I see it's here. The sternum gets too far forward and too far in front of the belt buckle. And just to note it, and this is super, super important, you've got to get the club face under control first before you start to think about changing your swing path. So without the changes in dial 1, looking to make changes here isn't going to stick. And that's why golfers really struggle to turn their slice around. But let's flip the dial again. And let's feel that we're getting that sternum staying behind the belt buckle rather than racing in front of it. And again, let me hit a shot. I'm in my new start position from dial 1. So I know my club face is going to square up, and I'm now going to add dial 2. And again, like dial 1, it's a completely different feeling. By keeping the sternum slightly behind the belt buckle, we prevent those shoulders from turning open too soon. And this allows the club to drop more on the inside, automatically changing your path from out to in to a more neutral to a draw side path. And again, like dial 1, you need to find your own position, but you will as you practice this. So the more the sternum stays back behind the belt buckle, the more you'll come from the inside, and you'll now start to match up the new club face and your new path. And this is when the magic really starts to happen. So I've got the new setup from dial 1, and I have some slow swings just so I can feel this sternum staying back as the belt buckle's going forward. But I'm now going to very much be bringing the club back more on the inside. Now again, that felt so much more solid just by the feeling of keeping this back and not letting the sternum overtake the belt buckle and get in front. So dial 1 was helping you square the club face, and dial 2 was helping you keep the sternum back and changing the swing path. Now for maximum effect, the final adjustment is dial 3, and it's your ball position when relative to your attack angle. Now every swing has a low point. The club comes down and then it starts to come back up again. Now that we have your squarer club face and this more neutral path, I want your ball position to be in front of your driver's low point, because we want the club to already be coming up as we make contact. Now the chances are before, your club was probably still moving down and you had this steeper angle of attack into the back of the ball. Now the general rule here is to have the ball positioned opposite the lead heel, because this is generally just in front of the low point. But your dial setting is unique for you. If you move it forward or back slightly, you'll find the exact spot where your club is moving up and it's suited for you. Okay, so now let's hit some shots, and we're going to put all 3 dials together. Dial 1 is my new arm position and a slightly new grip position, what we looked at first to help square the face. Dial 2 is that feeling of this sternum staying back behind the belt buckle. And dial 3, I'm now going to move my ball position a little bit further forward, because with the new club face and the new swing path, I want to get that club hitting the ball on the up, which is a little bit different, would have been doing before as I was coming from the outside. So let's give this a try. That wasn't the best strike, but again, it was very easy to control the ball flight, just by making those 3 adjustments. And you still need to work out what's best for you, but it instantly is going to feel like you're getting that ball coming off the club face a lot better. Now look, this is not just the slice fix you started watching the video for. The 3 dial system that you now understand will allow you to control the club face, the club path, and the attack angle. Your old ways saw that open face with that weak path and a little bit too steep. The new way was squaring up the club face with a swing path and with this positive angle of attack. So you're hitting the ball on the up with your driver. It's more distance, it's more power, and it's straighter drives. More often with this new repeatable swing. These 3 dials give you more ball speed, more compression, and a different shot shape that flies this 30 yards further. But here's the warning. You'll make these changes easily, but you need to give yourself time before they feel comfortable. You can change these club mechanics quickly, but the swing habits take time, and the changes aren't going to be natural straight away. But to get the most out of the system and to make these adjustments, do it and then work off the shots. Remember, the amount you move each dial is what's best for you. Your old slice came from this out to in path with this open club face. And now we're looking for this more neutral swing path or even maybe in to out with this slightly closed face. Once you master these dials, you'll be able to shape shots both ways. Now, as always, I put everything from today's video into your very own free practice plan PDF. It has all the key points and the video recap, so you can take it with you and not forget a thing. And you can get that by joining the 360 community, and the link is below. And I'm also offering a sweet free swing analysis, so go and check it out. Now, if you've enjoyed this video or have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I read them all and I'll get back to you. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.